Hey, this is the World Advice Channel too. What I want to talk about today is the question of how is the year 2025 going to be like with Trump being president? Okay, so that is what I will be discussing for this video today. And or I should say, how I will discuss it, um, will be in a way that anyone, even those unfamiliar with this topic, can understand it. And as I will be very simple and straightforward with the way I explain it. So now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the question of how the year 2025 is going to be like, this new year we've just recently entered, when it comes to how things are going to be with Trump being president, is that this is going to be a very, very wild year. Okay. Um, because the truth of the matter is, as we all know, Trump is someone who's unfiltered. He is someone who, as I'm certain we are all aware, is actually someone who actually is going to do something. Whether you love him or hate him, okay, I personally don't like him. He's actually someone who says when he's going to do something, he's going to do something. So the truth of the matter is, if you thought 2024 was a pretty wild year, especially with how they exposed how many people in Hollywood industry are pedophiles or and just in general are into weird shit, particularly with the P. Diddy party scandal and all that type of crap. The truth of the matter is this year is going to be even more wild because the thing is, when it comes to that particular question, okay, of how this year is going to be like, there's a lot of things that obviously, um, I'm certain you are aware because, of course, of the ramifications of having a president who's supported by so many racists, for that matter, is obviously going to have, such as the fact that a lot of racist people are going to feel the need to to um to or I should say not even the need, but are going to be more willing to show how racist they are because they're obviously going to be like, okay, we can be racist now because obviously Trump is in power, for that matter. Okay, so a lot of people are going to be more racist against black people and even Latinos. And I feel a lot of Latinos are going to get a wake up call that, yeah, man, you guys ain't white. You guys are not white, okay? Your ancestors were white maybe centuries ago, but you sure as hell ain't white, especially in the eyes of white Americans, okay? And a lot of them are going to have a lot of really, really effed up things happen to them because of Donald Trump's presidency. And when I mean by that, obviously a lot of them are going to get deported and are going to start being sent back to the nations that they came from, and there is gonna be a lot of messed up things that happen to them, which, in all honesty, to be quite honest with you, I'm not gonna say the majority of them because I'm not gonna go that far or that deep into that stuff, but a lot of them, in all honesty, are gonna reap what they sow. They wanted to act a certain way and behave a certain way, for that matter. um what regardless, you get the point, okay? And they're gonna get a wake-up call that, yeah, man, you guys are not white, okay? And a lot of them are gonna get deported, for that matter, okay? Truth be told, okay? So that is the truth of the matter, okay? For a lot of the people who, of course, supported him for his presidency, because Trump is not someone who plays games. When he says he's going to do something, he's actually going to do it, okay? So that's another thing I wanted to get across here, aside from the fact that racism is becoming more open, and I'm certain a lot of us have also realized how much more racist people have become towards Indians, which in the past was basically unheard of, especially for anyone who's old enough to remember when people spoke of them very highly. Now everyone's making fun of them, for that matter, okay? So the truth of the matter is, um, that when it comes to that issue too, it's going to become even more widespread and even more out of control, okay? For that matter, okay? So that is the truth of the matter when it comes to that particular issue too, how it's going to be like for Indians. And that's not even include obviously the question of if he's going to be able to change inflation and all that type of stuff, which of course that's one of the biggest reasons why he got elected, for that matter. So when it comes to that issue, I think he's just gonna I played a basic conservative game that they do all the time. When they realize they're not able to actually change things, or for that matter, like they will claim that they do, just like Georgia Maloney, Boris Johnson, Jair Bolsonaro, you know, who talked all this crap about we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and didn't even really do anything. So just like that, for those people, it's gonna be seen with inflation. He's not really going to do that. He's probably not really going to do that much when it comes to fixing the problems internationally. But what he's sure as hell going to do, from the classic conservative playbook, is just blame the left for everything all the time. Okay, for that matter. Okay, it's the same story you hear a million freaking times. Blame the left, 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 blame the left. He's not, because the truth of the matter is, it's just a classic game. As usual, blame the left for everything. Inflation is not really going to change. It's going to be the same freaking thing, for that matter, okay? It's the same shit, as I'm certain you're all aware. It's not really going to change because it's affecting the whole world. It has absolutely nothing to do with, of course, as I'm certain you're smart enough to know, directly with Joe Biden's policies, at least for the people who follow this channel. So it's not necessarily going to, of course, um, for that matter, change that much, but he's just going to waste his time blaming the left and calling them pedophiles and being all this weird shit and all that type of stuff, because of course, especially with the P. Diddy situation, he's going to use that as a way to just distract people, get people more angry, more riled up, same old, same old, same old, and not really actually solve the issues that need to be resolved. And to end this off, when it comes to issues, of course, actually relating to making America better, like for example, does America really need to spend as much money as they do on defense? Yes, every nation needs to defend itself. Absolutely. So you need people to, protect it. But at the same time, you need to take in consideration they use up a huge amount of money. Is that going to change? Sure as hell no. Are they going to help improve the education system? No. Are they going to improve infrastructure and all that type of stuff? No. They're just going to simply, as usual, just blame the left for freaking everything. It's the same old card game, playbook, whatever you like to say, that they've been doing for decades, and it seems to always work. It's just going to be a really wild year, and it's going to be a much political division and tension, for that matter, as the left do not like Trump, and and the right also really do not like the left. So it's just going to be a wild year. If you thought 2024 in general was a wild year, just to sum things up, this year is going to be even more wild. Okay, truth be told. So that is the truth of the matter when it comes to the situation. If you wanted to know how this year is going to be like, with Trump being president, for that matter. Okay, so if you wanted to get your question answered, you got your question answered. That is the truth of the matter. So anyway, this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it entertaining. And just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumb this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all to say, and simply put, I'm out. So bye.